What's up, my stock market bulls and bitches? This is Willie Chambo, aka the Atheist Killer, aka Stockstradamus, back at you with another video. Like I always tell you guys, I'm still not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. I still don't do technical breakdowns. I still don't deep dive like Greg Louganis in a fucking Speedo. And unlike your favorite YouTuber, I don't even do my own due diligence. But one thing I do know how to do is pick those winners. And in return, all I ask is that after you get rich by picking the stocks that I tell you to, you come back and hit that Cash App link right down there in the description box. Now, before we begin, I want to remind you guys I'm primarily a long-term growth investor. I don't fuck around with calls or puts. I don't even know what they mean or how they work. And even if I did, I wouldn't fuck with them, man. We don't have time to stare at a goddamn computer screen all day long when there are beautiful women and beaches to be explored. We go in heavy, we turn off the lights, and we wake up in 3 to 5 years. I always tell you guys, get into your stocks like you get into your side chicks, long and strong. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video.
Ray Ocean, oh no, you did that.
Hello?
So I have a huge NIO announcement, and no, it's not about NIO Day or the new sedan or the great Q4 numbers getting ready to come out or the expansion into Europe or the NIO houses or the new 150 kilowatt battery or even their potential partnership with Apple. None of that shit, man. This is even fucking bigger. What I'm about to tell you is even fucking bigger because we already know NIO's going to fucking moon, dude. NIO's going to fucking Icarus. If you don't know what Icarus is, look it up, man. But we already know that as an EV company, NIO is going to be the biggest EV company on the planet in 10 years. But what you didn't know is they're going to be much more than a goddamn EV company. And what I'm about to tell you is something that you haven't heard anyone on YouTube talk about and no one on the internet has even considered. You know why? Because it's a vision that I had. Your boy Chambo, your boy Stockstradamus. That's right, another Stockstradamus fucking prediction, another Stockstradamus premonition, man. So hold on to your hats, sit back, and listen to what your boy gotta say. Look, as most people already know, NIO is backed and supported by the Chinese government. You also, more than likely, already know that China, NIO, is strategically placing these NIO battery swapping stations all over China, dude. And they just made 100 fucking more of them. So you have to ask yourself, why are they doing this? What are they actually preparing for? Surely it can't just be for NIO cars. There's something bigger coming. There's something bigger going on here. And now this, my friends, is where it gets good. I have a feeling that China is eventually going to make NIO battery swapping stations a necessity for every EV company in China. For example, XPeng and Li Auto will be forced to use this China infrastructure. NIO infrastructure. And you see this already beginning to take shape as the government is providing subsidies to people who purchase EV cars that have the battery swapping technology. This is not only to get Chinese citizens to buy NIO over Tesla, for example, but it's the government's way of incentivizing EV car manufacturers to start producing cars that include the subscription-based battery swap feature. But this is just the start, my friends. Many of you don't fucking know this, but NIO already has a division in their company called NIO Power. And I want you to focus on NIO Power, all right? They have fucking charging vans that go around and charge cars, dude. They have charging ports and stations, and of course, the battery swapping stations, and a shit ton of other R&D, NIO Power, fucking crazy shit that they're working on and implementing, man. Not to mention, in recent years, China has been pouring a shit ton of money into developing their smart grid technology. If you don't know what smart grid is, man, you got to look it up. Let me read you guys something. So what I want you guys to do is go on Wikipedia and just type in smart grid in China, okay? China is the world's largest consumer of electricity, and its demand is expected to double by the next decade and triple by 2035, okay? Now, a smart grid differs from a conventional power grid in that it includes a system of information and communication technologies to, listen up, very important, bi-directionally transmit and distribute electricity more efficiently and reliably, dude. Now, what are we talking about here? What exactly are we talking about? We're basically kind of talking about recycling fucking energy, dude. A two-way fucking directional current where electricity comes in and it can also go back to the state fucking grid, man. Now, let's also look at this. V2G, which is vehicle to grid. V2G is when a bidirectional EV charger is used to supply power, electricity from an EV's car battery to the grid via a DC to AC converter system usually embedded in the EV charger. V2G can be used to help balance and settle local, regional, and national energy needs via smart charging. It allows EVs to charge during off-peak hours and give back to the grid. Listen, it allows them to give back to the grid during peak hours when there's extra energy demand. This makes perfect sense. Cars sit in parking spaces 95% of the time. Thus, when careful planning and the right infrastructure, parked and plugged in EVs could become mass power banks, dude. That's what the fuck China's doing. Stabilizing the electrical grids of the future, man. Are you guys just seeing this? Your boy Chambo is bringing you this fucking information, man. In the same way, we can think of EVs as big batteries on wheels, man, helping and make sure that there's always enough energy for everyone at any given time. Hey, just come back and thank your boy later, okay? Because NIO is going goddamn fucking Icarus, man. So what do I see happening in the future? Ultimately, China will force all these Chinese EV companies to implement battery swapping technology into the production of their vehicles. Then China, NIO, will place NIO power charging points at these battery swapping stations, which are being strategically located all around the fucking country as we speak, man. Then, check this out, then what will happen is, by law, China will force its citizens to use these fucking NIO stations. Why? Because China wants to win, dude. They want to win and make fucking money. Not just in the EV market, but the goddamn world market. And they're gonna use NIO to help accomplish it. You guys don't see it coming? Not only will citizens be forced to use NIO products for the rest of fucking eternity if they want to drive cars, if they want to drive EV cars, dude, for the rest of eternity, they're gonna have to use some type of goddamn NIO product. The power being transferred at these charging ports will then be fucking recycled back into the Chinese grid, man. And from what I've heard and what I've read, it literally goes back into the country's power grid, man. That's just what I fucking told you guys. So China, NIO, will be making money selling power that is being recycled right back to the goddamn country who backs them. Essentially, NIO will become one of the most important and powerful companies of China, not just China, but of the whole goddamn fucking world, man. In the future, these NIO battery swapping and power stations will literally be everywhere. And every single EV company and every single citizen in China will have to use them one way or another, and they're not going to be able to get around it, man. In fact, the government will fucking demand it. And like I said, they're already laying the infrastructure as we speak. I feel like NIO is not only going to catch Tesla and become the largest EV company on earth, because, of course, China doesn't want to lose to a goddamn guy with the name Elon Musk because the name sucks. But they're also going to become a power company that ultimately helps power all of fucking China. If this happens, and it is going to happen, because I already see it taking form, NIO could grow and become one of the biggest companies in the goddamn world, dude. And I want you guys to tell me if you think I'm way off base or out of my fucking Stockradamus mind, dude. But Stockradamus has spoken. And if you don't agree with me, if you don't agree with anything that I said in this fucking video, just remember one thing, man. We don't give a shit about that. I love you guys, man. I'm the fucking atheist killer. Until next time, I see you soon. Buy some more fucking NIO. I'm out of here. I love you guys, man. Peace.